Hey YouTube, Winter here. Welcome to my first YouTube channel, and my first YouTube video actually. I'm just going to be doing like a weekly update on like the investing market, things that I'm planning on investing, just going over the market, going over like to buy list, showing you guys my portfolio. Hopefully we can share our portfolios with each other, share in the comments what we're buying with each other. I'm gonna have like a little system that I have here with this Google Doc where I just go through like my to-buy list. I go through like quick beginner rules for all the beginner investors. I've been doing this for about 2-3 years. So I'm pretty knowledgeable on the topic, and I'll just go over like the ground rules really quick. So if you're a beginner, highly recommend you stick around for this. And I'm gonna go over it very quickly at the beginning of each video. Just for our new investors. Then we'll check our portfolios at the end, check how much we're up. Do we plan to invest more? Then we just go over all this at the end. This is just my first video. I'm going to try to branch out to other things, such as going to card shows, vlogging that, vendoring, and all that stuff. But for now, let's just start with the ground rules real quick. So if you are new to investing, just basic ground rules. If you're a veteran, you can just skip this part of the video. But you want to chase popular Pokemon, very self-explanatory. Charizard, evolutions, they always succeed, they always do well. Hype matters a lot. Hype matters a lot, guys. This was one of the most hyped sets, and it's the set value is already at 5,000. We're gonna go over that rule as well. But box art matters a lot. So when you have something like this, when you have a Sylveon, a Rayquaza, and an Umbreon on your art of like whatever you're buying, it's really good. It's really, really good. Set value matters a lot. People will try to downplay this and be like, oh, it doesn't matter that much. Okay, well, let's go to Sword and Shield real quick, right? Evolving Skies. Set value, 5,000. Alright, now let's go back. Let's go to, let's pick out Obsidian Flames. Set value, 200. I mean, it's not even comparable. Then we compare the booster boxes. 240 compared to a $2,000 booster box. And Obsidian Flames came out 2 years after. It's not even that much, or Evolving Sky is not even that much older. But it's just set value. And like the market determines the set value. So you got to make sure the value is good on your set. Do not listen to randoms online. Do not do this, guys. I've seen people downplaying Prismatic and calling it a bad set. It's incredible. It's incredible. You have a myriad of pretty good evolution cards. They just randomly threw in a pretty nice Roaring Moon, a pretty nice Raging Bolt. You even have like this Ursaluna right here. Like this set is insane. This set is insane. But I will legitimately see people in Reddit threads and comment sections talking about this set's bad. Yeah, okay. Most of your investing should be done within the first 2 years, first 2-3 years, obviously, because you're planning on keeping for 5 to 10 years. So why would you invest in year 6 unless you plan on investing your whole life? Then, but me personally, I don't. I kind of want to sell it at some point, but I'll probably keep a few things. But a lot of your major investing you want to do in the first 2 years. It just makes the most sense. Slabs are slightly different, so you want to sell them at the peak, basically, and you need to constantly be watching slabs. Sealed, you don't really need to watch that much, but slabs you need to watch a lot. And then only good sets. So right now we're only buying 151, Evolving, Prismatic, Paldanian, Fusion Strike, Twilight Masquerade. We're not buying anything else, guys. Do not buy anything else unless you see a good deal. That's the only time you can break that rule. So for example, I got a really good deal on these tins. I found them at Target for like 25 bucks. I think they're going for like 40 or something. And I got a really good deal on the Surging Sparks box. I paid 200, I think. Obviously, I had to account for tax, but it was under market, so I just picked these two things up. These guys as well. It says I lost on them because I had to account for tax, obviously, but I found them in a retail. I found them for under market. And now we're just gonna go over, things that I'm tracking and things that I think are good to invest in. So PSA 10 chase cards, guys. So a lot of investors will tell you not to even touch slabs or like raw cards, but like, guys, the more I look at this, and like I generally generally agree with them. But I'm starting to think chase cards are actually good to invest in. Umbreon, Moonbreon, Gengar, the Latios especially. If we go look, guys, I just did like a little thought experiment basically recently. I was like, maybe, for example, like you probably wouldn't want to invest into this Gengar and Mimikyu, right? I probably wouldn't invest into this, but what about this? What about the Latias and Latios? Obviously, the best thing to invest in every set is probably the booster box and then the ETB, right? But are you really that upset if you invested in Latios and this GX right here? Are you really that upset? It's at 2,000 raw. And PSA 10, I don't even know what these things are going for at PSA 10. But, like, obviously the booster box is still better, but, like, is this really bad? And, like, investors will tell you not to even touch this. They'll be like, oh, you're dumb. You're dumb. Why would you not buy the booster box? And it's like, well, some people don't like looking at a plain old box. They like having beautiful art like this. So, like, I don't know. The more I'm looking at it and the more I'm thinking about it, I think specifically the chase cards of every set are pretty good to invest in. And you can go and look at, like, something like the, Paldean Phase, right? The Bubble Mew. Is the Bubble Mew really that bad of an investment? You have the booster box. We don't have a booster box for this one. Just the booster bundle. What's that, 700? But, this is at 300 raw. And these things see consistent growth. These chase cards, they've been seeing consistent growth. You can even go back all the way to something like the first edition Pokemon base set, right? Are you really that mad that you invested in a base set Charizard over the booster box? Like, the base set Charizard is worth a crazy amount. It did very well for itself, So, I don't know. The more I'm thinking about it, I think chase cards are actually worth investing in, specifically the PSA 10 versions. Not just the Raws, specifically the PSA 10. So now we're just going to go over, like, things that I'm watching. My to-buy list. So we're going to start with the art set from Evolving Skies. I just don't think this is that crazy. I always compare Evolving Skies to Team Up, guys. Team Up, if you go and look. Team Up, where are you at, Sun and Moon? Team Up is 2019, guys. It's the best set in the previous generation from Sword and Shield. 2019, and the box is at 5,000. It's probably more than this. So Evolving Skies is only 2 years older than this set. We'll say 3, because it probably didn't stop getting printing until like a year later. So we'll say 3. So by 2028, and I think Evolving Skies is a better set, by the way. But right now, the Team Up art set is at $1,000. So do we really not think this is going to be like a $1,200 art set in about 3 years, 2 to 3 years? I think this is still cheap to get in. I think my limit for this will probably be like $300. But anything under $300, I'm still buying these. I really want to buy a couple of these. And as you guys can see, I actually have a couple. If you go to my collection. Products. I actually have... Oh man, it's not working. Hold on. Here we go. Okay, so I actually have 11 of these. I bought them at $18 each. And look how much return I've gotten on these. These are fantastic. These are fantastic. Prismatic Evolutions Pokemon Center. I think this is literally the best thing to invest in right now. I mean, you're talking about a hyped up set. This set is as good, arguably as good as Evolving Skies, or better. Or better. Like, I already showed you guys this set. It's crazy. It's crazy, this set. It's already valued at 5,000. Has a very good chase card. I think this looks better than Moonbreon, in my personal opinion. Evolutions. Like I said, they threw in a random really cool Roaring Moon, Raging Bolt, Ursaluna. This set's crazy. I didn't even see this Valiant here. Like, this set is so good. And it doesn't really have a booster box. So that means the ETBs are going to go even crazier on this set. Specifically, the exclusive ETBs, Pokemon Center. And what just happened to these? They just tanked. This is the lowest they've ever been. And I just picked up 3 of these. And I'm going to show you that guy right now. I'm planning on picking up at least 2 more. But that's the regular one, right here. I had to pay tax and shipping because I couldn't find it locally. So it says I've lost, which technically I have. But, I picked up a couple of those. But yeah, these are like, literally, I think the best thing to invest in right now. I don't think anything even comes close to these. So now we're going to go to the Pokemon Center. This is more of a personal thing. I kind of don't recommend you invest in these. Mine just has a little tear in it, so I'm kind of triggered by that. So I'm trying to replace mine. But it's not even like a really bad tear, but yeah, I don't know. This is just like a personal thing for me. I just want to buy one of these, but I think these are still decent. Like I said, Team Up doesn't have a Poke Center ETB. The Team Up box is at like $1,700 right now, or like $2,000, somewhere around there. This is more exclusive and it's a better set. So this is probably going to be, in 2 to 3 years, I'm going to guess it's going to be like $2,500. I'm guessing it's going to be like around $2,500, which is great. That's really good. I think that's still decent to get in at $850. So I'm still going to pick up one of these. Then we have the Prismatic Evolution sticker collection, specifically the Sylveon one, because I think it just has the best promo. And I think people are going to want these stickers in the future. I think people are going to rip this more than ETBs, these blisters, when it comes to Prismatic. So, and I think they're, like I said, everything in Prismatic is tanking right now. It's tanking. So, you know, this peaked at like $50. You can get in for 30 right now. You know, so I think these are still pretty good. And the reason I chose these ones specifically is because the Sylveon promo, I think, is the best. Excuse me. So now we're going to go to the Fusion Strike 3-pack blister. And I specifically chose the Espeon. Because, guys, we go back to our rules. Popular Pokemon. Popular Pokemon and box art matters. Boom. We check two birds with one stone. Popular Pokemon Espeon and good box art. You know, so I think these are still relatively cheap. Fusion Strike obviously is a fantastic set. Really good set. I wouldn't say really good. I would rank it like A tier. It's not an S tier set like Evolving, but it's pretty good. It's a solid set. It's a solid set. If we go and look at it. Fusion Strike. Yeah, like most Pokemon sets only have like 2 good cards. I would say Fusion Strike has 1 extremely good card. This is a huge chase. And then 4 pretty good cards. Even this Celebi I've seen is pretty popular. Like, I always see vendor POVs, and this Celebi always sells like crazy. So, like, you know, this is a pretty above average set, and it's old, guys. 2021. You know, it's like 4 or 5 years old. So now we're going to go to our next one. The Fusion Strike Booster Box. Now, this one I'm very on the edge about. I don't know if this is a good price to get in. I really don't. But, you know, my thoughts is this is going to be basically like Cosmic Eclipse. Like, Team Up is basically Evolving Skies, and this is Fusion Strike is probably like Cosmic Eclipse. And Cosmic Eclipse is like a $2,000 booster box, and it's probably going to go up more. So I don't know. I could easily see this being. It has really good art too. Popular Pokemon. Like, oh, man, this one I'm really on the edge about. I'm really on because this is a high entry point for sure for this box. This is definitely high. So this one I'm on the edge about, but I do want to pick one up. And now we're going to go to the Elite Trainer box. This is the one I highly recommend. This one, I think, can easily hit $1,500. Easily, in 2-3 years. And for some reason, it's still only at like around $200. I think this is still really good to get into this box. You know, I think we can easily make $1,000 over like 2 years on this box. So I recommend this one for sure. I just don't think it's gone up that much. It really hasn't. It has a popular Pokemon, good box art set, good set. You know, again, go back to our rules. You know, it's still pretty good. It's still pretty good. So I'm gonna track this one. I'm probably gonna pick up 1 or 2 of these, probably, especially for these ones like under 200. Like, come on, $199. I still think that's a good price, guys. I think that's a good price to get in on that box. Oh, and I actually did have this one. This is basically the booster display for Prismatic. And the only reason I put this here is because I think in the future, guys, people are going to want to rip this. From Prismatic, people are going to want to rip this. This is the thing that people are going to want to rip. And it's gone down like crazy, tank like crazy. Good box art, has an EV, good set. Again, guys, go back to our rules. Good set, popular Pokemon. And yeah, that's the reasoning behind this one. It's tanked right now. So I want to pick up at least one of these, and I think that's my reasoning. In the future, people are going to want to rip this over everything else in this set. So now we're going to just go over this stuff. How much are we up? We're up 6,000. Plans to invest more. Yep, 2,000 by the end of this year. And this is just like my total invested amount made. And I've been investing for about a year and a half. So that's pretty much my first video, guys. I'm going to do like a weekly update, probably every Friday. I'm going to try to. But thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, thank you.